Pre-shift. Inadmissible evidence.
He's Castle. I'm Cage. You're the mechanic. Now, let me tell you a story about this guy. You know, I dropped the FU truck over to his shop one morning.
Is that what we call it? The FU truck?
Let's see, how did I find out? In my mind, I'm thinking I saw you driving it. I felt like I was like, wait, I know that truck.
It was a receipt.
It was the receipt. The receipts get them every time.
Listen, I had to test drive the truck.
Okay.
To make sure that the truck was straight.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember what I did to the truck. but a test drive was in order.
Yeah.
Because I had to make sure that my friend's truck.
Is that what? Oh, yeah. My friend's truck. Okay.
Listen, I'm looking out for you.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Did it not make you a better person?
Yeah, I learned a lot that day. I learned a lot.
That was my goal.
That's why I don't leave the radio in there. I make sure I cut the AC off. I lock the windows so he can't roll them down.
The 1992 Sony, he popped that face off there.
It's just true. I pop it off and I hide it, and I'm like, no.
1 of 12 left in existence.
Still got a CD in there.
Well, I was gonna say, let me guess, it's James Brown. Yeah.
A Limp Bizkit CD.
Oh, God.
Some old high school remix
That's bad.
CD that I made.
That's bad. As soon as I jumped in there, that was like, really? The radio's going?
I'm gonna go get something to eat. I'll show him.
Where was it? Dunkin'
Donuts.
Yeah, it's Dunkin'.
Left the receipt in the seat.
There was one time your dad actually called me on my phone, and he.
You told me about this.
Yeah, Big Jim gave me a call, and he's like, "Hey, I came to pick up some parts. Where's your? Like, do you have a spare key or something in the truck?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Well, I drove to get some parts." I'm like, "We're almost ready, by the way."
Do we get like notes to give the wife?
Yeah, you can take these.
Like my hall pass.
Yeah, you can take these with you when we're done. We did this one time. We printed out a bunch of stuff, and we actually did good. Last time we didn't have anything. We just winged it, and we sucked.
Just walk in and shake your head and go. I don't know what happened.
Give me a bump on the record, and then I'm going to kick off the show. Your hat that nobody can see. Are you okay with that?
I'm good.
Is it adjusted?
It feels like it's affecting my voice, so I'm good.
Since nobody can see you, are you good with it?
Man, it was hurting my head. It was hurting my head. It was tight.
Stand by.
Cage.
Castle.
Cage. Handwritten notes. Cage.
Castle.
Cage. Handwritten notes.
Them Castle and Cage boys ain't recorded in front of a live studio audience.
Units Castle and Cage. Conduct spark test, then report for duty.
Cage. Back in the building.
Castle on patrol. 22 years of law enforcement experience, and my partner in crime, Cage.
I'm Cage. Back in the building.
Has
2 days.
13 years, 2 days.
14.
14 years of law enforcement. So Cage and I, over the years, many phone conversations during shift, after shift, just talks about stuff that we do. Some people we know have subscribed to the channel.
Thank you.
Click the subscribe button. What that does, you create an account on YouTube. You click subscribe. You create an account on YouTube. And when you subscribe, when you pull up your stream of YouTube on your phone, there's a little dot down there in the middle, subscriptions. If you click on that, that's the easiest way to find us. That's why it's important to subscribe, because it's easier to find us.
It's like you're selling chocolate candy for the kids at the school. Do you want some or not? That's how I do it.
Hershey's Kisses. That's how tasty this is.
Do you want some or not?
Well, here's why they want the candy. Sometimes it's dark, sometimes it's bloody, sometimes it's smelly.
Mm-hmm.
Both some men and women take the job too serious. They bring the stuff home. One of the things I think Cage and I share is the ability to laugh at some of the stuff. You can't do the job that we do and not laugh.
True.
It was Cage's idea one day. He's like, man, we should just start a podcast. During one of those phone calls, that happened. Here we are. Welcome aboard to Handwritten Notes.
You want the candy or not?
Speed enforcement operations.
Man, you'd be surprised how many mechanics I've stopped speeding in somebody's car.
They do have to test drive. I
I'll never forget, this dude had his girlfriend driving the car. He was following. She was speeding. I pull her over. He pulls in behind me, so I motioned for him to go around. I was like, man, you can't stop behind me, park in front of her.
Right.
And he's like, let me explain. I was like, at this time, I'm like, man, just park in front of her, and I'll talk to you in a minute. So I was, she's going like 80-something. And I'm like, why are you driving so fast, blah, blah, blah. She's like, yeah, my boyfriend's the mechanic. He's testing this car. And I'm like, how is he testing it and you're driving it? What did he told you to punch it or something? So he's like, that's what I'm trying to explain to you. So I did give her a ticket, you know what I mean? Because it was like, the speed she was going, it was up there.
Right.
So I'm thinking, it's not your car. You're driving a little bit reckless on this one. And guess what? I give her the ticket, and I'm like, all right, y'all can get out of here. Car breaks down. Yeah. It just won't even go. So I ended up having to call him.
That's what they was testing for.
I was like, so do you have a record of choice? He was like, no. I was like, well, what kind of mechanic are you? He's like, well, I don't have a shop. I just have a garage and I fix cars.
There's a tree out at the house. We call it a shade tree.
No
I'm
grass.
Pretty sure that's where the shop is.
It's
right
got the
there.
center blocks and the worn path.
Exactly. Well, I had one actually about a week and a half ago.
Uh-huh.
They wanted us to test drive for bad vibration.
Okay.
Took the car, drove it. I don't feel a thing. So they bring the car back. Vibration is still there. So I'm like, well, how fast is the vibration there? Because I was on the interstate 65, 70 miles an hour. I don't feel a thing. Well, you got to be up around 90. I'm 90.
Oh.
These handwritten notes are sworn testimony of Castle and Cage.
The color of Cage. The color of Cage. I'm still kind of like, where we going with this?
Hold on. Look at your show notes, and it's going to tell you where to go.
Oh, there goes something. Hold this, mechanic. Hold this. The color of Cage.
Jump down to, because I'm not sure we're prepared for A. Do the B side.
We're going to jump right in. Hold on. Mechanic, what movie would you think you survived the longest in? And here's a list. Star Wars, Star Trek, The Book of Eli. Have you ever seen The Road?
No.
Now, most of our listeners, we come to it, in the vein as we're peace officers. Now in the apocalypse, we're going to be the Mad Max, the Jedi Knights. Yeah, it's good to have perspective from somebody else outside of what we do.
Well, yeah. Well, he's going to be on our squad because he's a good shot.
He's going to be on the squad. We have no problems with that.
He can take care of himself.
He's going to be.
He's
listen,
no Eugene.
The mechanic is going to be a valuable member of our apocalypse team.
Always gonna have two members assigned to him, so he can do the job, so he can get the track back on the tank, but we're gonna have somebody, from the front and the rear making sure they don't take out the mechanic.
Sounds good.
You're MVP.
I feel blessed.
Exactly.
I feel blessed.
But I mean, let's see. You haven't seen The Road. I highly recommend you.
Oh man, that's good.
Yeah, this is gonna make you look at society.
Wait, is The Road? Is that the one where they?
He just said he's seen it. Well, go ahead.
Oh, I'm asking a question because it was a great scene, and I hope I'm right. Is where there's a hole in the ground, and they hide in the hole overnight with like a board or something over the hole. And they can hear the things going over.
They can hear stuff going over.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man, that was intense.
And people were trying to eat his son.
Hey, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Yeah. Like his son, people were trying to eat him because, these are regular people. Well,
Right.
I say regular, but they were starving.
Right.
And because the boy is young, his meat is tender. He doesn't have a lot of testosterone.
Dang.
Look, you got a young kid. You got to think about this stuff, man. People are going to be looking at your kids as food.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
it would be a bad day.
oh, yeah.
Well,
very
all
bad.
I heard was that the kids, their meat is tender. God Almighty. God.
It did kind of pop out.
The meat is tender, very tender, especially on the tricep area. You fillet that off, yeah. A little sauce.
So you asking how long do I think I would survive in one of these situations?
Yeah, maybe I should go movie by movie instead of listing them off. How long you think you would survive in Star Wars. I know you watch Star Wars.
Not long.
Me too. I'm the same. I would be so confused.
No, I'm done. I'm done.
The reason being is they do a lot of lightsaber fights.
Yeah.
That means really close contact. No, I wouldn't.
Mine, it's not the lightsabers per se, it's the heights. Everything's up in the sky.
Well,
I would fall off or
Yeah,
something.
you don't have no bottom. You fall out in space. It's just, no, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't do good there either.
But yeah, Star Wars. Unless I got Chewbacca with me, like I'm screwed. I have nothing for those laser guns that they have and the Jedi swords. what do they call them? The lightsabers. Yeah. I got nothing for that.
Like, I cut myself, because it's just hot. It's just hot laser, and I'm like,
I just thought about the Yoda videos. Why I started laughing.
Oh man, that thing! When you hear that
The song still is in my head.
I still have yet to
Rockin', rockin' and rollin'.
Oh man,
you done messed up. He got you. You are going to be a 3-minute song now.
Hey, you know what? I can tell a wife I'm famous. Rockin', rockin' and rollin', 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 rockin', rockin' and rollin', rollin', rockin', rockin' and rollin', rollin', rockin', rockin' and rollin', rollin', rollin'.
Well, the next one on the list after Star Wars is the Book of Eli. Now I'm going to tell you, Cage is going to do well in the Book of Eli because he can't see a damn thing. He ain't got the glasses on.
Yeah, true.
I mean, that's it.
I can quote a scripture to you.
He is Eli, so you and I don't fit. You and I don't fit in that movie. That's all his.
Oh my
next
God.
Next is the road. So
Well, you missed Star Trek. You remember Star Trek? It was on up there.
oh man, what was the one dude's name?
Captain Picard.
No,
Number 1.
no,
Number 2.
no,
Spock.
Nope.
You're talking about Spock.
no,
Data?
Data.
no,
LeVar Burton.
no,
The blind guy.
no,
That's all I heard.
That was Data, wasn't it?
no. The guy with the wrinkles on his head, like the warrior guy with the
Worf.
wrinkles on his head.
Worf.
Yeah, he's
Worf?
right.
Yeah,
Data wasn't LeVar Burton.
I don't know.
He was the
I remember the name.
Yeah, Data was the pasty robot.
The LeVar Burton guy, he was the guy. Remember, like when we were, well, at least when I was in high school, the girls used to wear that thing in their hair, like the little headband thing.
Yeah.
But LeVar Burton, he had the head over his eyes.
He had it over his eyes. Like, how can you see?
God.
That would be me. Like, my constant role on the show, I would always mess with him. Can you see me? I'd be doing the John Cena. You can't see me. You got that thing over your eye.
I look smart.
Yeah, I actually do.
Okay. Yeah.
That's how long I would survive in the movie because I'd get lost on the ship. Yeah, I wouldn't know how to operate. You know how they press the button on their shirt?
Yeah.
I couldn't.
I would definitely get lost on the ship.
But yeah, I couldn't teleport because I'd just be like,
No telling where you did that.
Listen, that doesn't seem good for your body.
no.
I mean, there's no way that's got to be good for your cholesterol. You know what I mean?
And then they'd be like, well, switch your guns to stun. I'd be the one that killed him. Like, oh, we were supposed to do that now?
I thought I did that. No.
I thought it was on stun.
My bad.
Yeah, now there's an intergalactic issue.
There's people listening. They're like, what are they talking about? Star Trek. Yeah.
Sorry, we're a little older. So if you're 30 years old to 45, you're going to know everything we're talking about. If you're less than 30, oh well.
Good luck to you.
Look it up.
Yeah, look it up. Google it.
But the 30-year-olds probably know about The Road. Apparently that was a good book. I've seen the movie. I can't go back and read the book. I can't do that.
How are you not going to go back and read the book?
Well, The Road is a standard just apocalypse.
I just noticed your shirt.
Get after it, baby.
Okay.
Just standard apocalypse. I mean, just get after it. Get some.
Yeah,
Weapons,
it's gritty.
destruction, blood, mud, all good.
These handwritten notes are sworn testimony of Castle and Cage.
The Terminator. This is where I know I would just probably, I'd give up.
Which Terminator?
Any of them. The first one, you know, I like the first one. It's a classic.
First one, I'd be good.
Really?
Yeah, he ain't too fast, so I'm good.
Oh, you're thinking of the third one.
Yeah.
I'm such a dork. T-800? Arnold? Oh, T-1000.
That's an old drop where Cage admits he's a Terminator dork because he knows the T-800 and the
T-1000.
Yeah, all them.
Have you seen all of them?
Most of them.
I haven't seen the last one. It sounds really corny, but I was like, well, I told Cage we should sit down and watch it one night and maybe have some show talk about it. But then I'm like, well, I don't know if I'm going to sit down and watch a movie with him.
Pass the popcorn. Let's see. It's the second one with T-1000 where he turns into, and he can run really fast.
I wouldn't make it through that one.
Yeah, and then he'll turn into somebody you know.
That was gonna be my next thing. He would fool me.
Yeah.
He would get me.
It's just constantly being hunted. You know, like the administration. Tilt.
Attention, dem boys, have further irrelevant evidence.
The second one, Transformers.
I think I could do all right. I like the technical stuff. I think I would do okay with them.
My favorite Transformer of all time, highly underrated Transformer, Trailblazer.
I do not remember.
He was like that. It was like a SUV, like a kind of a black little SUV. Trailblazer.
I was thinking like a Chevy Trailblazer. What the? I was like, that was a Transformer. Me, I just feel like I get crushed, or you know, I'd be like, all right, hey, you're gonna transform? Do I need to step out? You know?
Do I need to? Am I invading your space?
Where do my hands go?
But in the old cartoon, like the guy would get rocketed out.
Yes. Like you get pooped out. Yeah. I'm transforming.
Oh my god.
And this isn't on the list, but you remember Knight Rider?
Oh god.
With David Hasselhoff?
Yeah.
Dude.
The Hoff.
Everybody wanted that car, wanted a kit. But I seen that light one night in the grill of somebody's car. And I was like, holy crap. They had a hood scoop, but in the hood scoop, they had the light.
Yeah.
But it don't have the same effect. But it was like, holy crap, man. There's kit right here. I seen the DeLorean one day.
Yeah, I've actually caught it.
You seen it too?
Yeah, I've seen one of those.
You haven't seen it?
I don't think so.
The way it was made up in the movie, not a DeLorean.
I might have seen it. I went to one of these a motorcycle thing in the big city over here a while back, and there was like the never mind. I'm screwing all this up. I'm not gonna remember the name of anything, so we're moving on.
You know what movie that's from?
What, the DeLorean? Yeah.
He's blinking his eyes like
back to the Future.
Yeah, I know it's back to the. Hold on, I got something for you.
Stand down, soldier!
What was the speed that go back in time?
Oh god, no, that I don't remember. It was 88 something.
Yeah, I think it was 88.
88 miles per hour.
Was it? Wow.
Yep.
That seemed fast then.
I can't remember the gigawatts.
I need this.
88 miles per hour, and the flux capacitor. You had to have the flux capacitor.
You gotta have that.
And it had something gigawatts. I can't remember. I don't know. Well, in part 2, he would throw trash in it. You know, and it was like the fuel.
Wow, that was a complete apocalypse machine there, wasn't it?
21 gigawatts!
But the trippiest thing was they got to the future and he was trying to get I don't
remember part 2.
He was trying to get her to get out the car and she's like, it's raining. And he looks at his watch and he looks at the sky and he's like, oh, it'll be done in like 10 minutes. And then the sun came out. But that's now.
It is now.
It's really now. Like,
wait, hold on. Here's what I got to say about all that. Everybody knows Back to the Future Part 1.
All units proceed without delay. Vote on the poll question.
Do you remember Back to the Future Part 2? No or never?
The best one.
I remember the hoverboard.
The hoverboard.
Really?
That's really about all I can really remember out of it.
But part 2 was like the future. And it's just like they were guessing what the future was going to be like. That's what makes it the best. Because I think they had max headroom. You remember max headroom?
Was that Dr. Pepper or Coke?
Yes.
Pepsi.
No, maybe it was Pepsi.
Units Castle and Cage, proceed with handwritten notes.
Your Siri challenge.
Oh, I was drinking.
Oh my!
Yeah, you could have let me know that was coming up. I would have read ahead.
It was one word away.
Yeah, I know. Oh, is this where I was arguing with Siri?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So
listen, I'm waiting big here to play.
Yeah,
so
I know.
if you want to skip that, I can go ahead and launch what I need to launch, and we'll have a good time.
I
with this.
talked about that the last time when I was arguing with Siri.
No.
You want me to go back into it again?
No.
I mean, I talked to the mechanic about it.
No.
I'm going in anyway. It was just basically, man, I was trying to call Castle.
I'm going in.
I was trying to call Castle, and I was like trying to do the right thing and go hands-free America, and I was like, hey, Siri, don't say nothing now, Siri. Call Castle. And, you know, my Siri voice is like a guy. He's got a Indian voice. You know, it's the closest thing I can get to Jarvis.
Did you actually change it from the female voice to... Okay.
Yeah, it makes me feel smart knowing that I have like an assistant who's supposed to know everything.
Oh,
gotcha.
So,
okay. As long as you're living your best life, that's all that matters. Yeah.
So I was like, hey, Siri, call, because I had a great idea for the show. I was like, hey, call Castle. And Siri's like, I cannot find Castle in the context. And I'm like, yeah, you know, this is his number. I don't have that number saved. Are you sure you're doing it right? And I'm like, don't tell me that I'm doing it right. I'm like, call Castle. I'm looking. I cannot find Castle in your phone. And I'm like, what do I pay you for? Why are you here? I'm like, call him. Do you want me to text Castle? I'm like, okay, so now you know who Castle is. Don't text him. Call him. I cannot find that contact in the phone. So I'm like, you know what? Just never mind. No, you never mind. And so we're arguing. We're going down the road and I'm arguing with my phone. I'm just like, dude, like I'm trying to do the right thing and go hands free. And I'm arguing. I realize I'm arguing with my phone, trying to have Siri call somebody. And we're back and forth in an argument. Didn't work out well. Not at all. End up having to pick up the phone and call.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it was like, well, no, I call him, you know, of course he doesn't pick up.
Oh, come on now.
He calls me back like 3 hours later, like, yeah, man, what's going on? Out of breath. And I'm like, I can't even remember why I called you.
We're going to take a break and we'll be back. We'll be back.
Castle and Cage. Disregard all handwritten notes. Ending tour of duty.
Reports on file.
El programa de Castle Gage no fue grabado ante una audiencia de estudio en vivo.